Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, Penn West Toyota Lift presents the Mid-Atlantic Asphalt Racing Alliance and a 100-lap championship series event for NASCAR Super Late Models this evening. It is time now for our opening ceremonies, and joining us here on the front straight from the New Stanton United Methodist Church to deliver our invocation, Mr. Donnie Ciemba, and to sing our national anthem, Miss Amanda Emery. At this time, we ask that each and every one of you please rise from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, we ask that you please pause with us for our opening ceremonies as we turn the microphone over to Mr. Donnie Ciemba.
Thank you. Bow our heads, please. Father, in Jesus' name we come to you, thanking you for this beautiful day. I pray for peace in our hearts. I pray for safety tonight. I pray that we all would have a good time. And I pray that we also would come to have a relationship with you, Father. In Jesus' name, amen.
And now please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Amanda Emery.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, the question now, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? West Toyota Lift 100. Both drivers on the front row have been to victory lane this season. Green flag is out and we're underway. Tommy Beck in car 60 and Neal Brown in 98, door to door. They fought for a victory here 2 weeks ago. Last week, Beck placed in third spot. And now he takes the early lead in this 10-lap preliminary. Greg Hoover all by himself in third, then Johnson and Wiley door-to-door battling for fourth position. Johnson in the 99 sneaks through, as does Will Thomas. Here comes Gary Wiltrout storming by. Wiley losing 3-4 positions in a single lap as Beck continues to lead. Tommy Beck, your leader from Murraysville, Pennsylvania, in car 60, a former Jennerstown Speedway champion, leading Neal Brown in the 98. Best battle is for fourth. Will Thomas in the 9 after starting deep in this field as the most recent winner. Pries the inside lane open, and TJ Johnson is going to lose 2 positions very quickly. We're working lap number 3 of 10, and now Thomas is up to the 4th position. Wiltrout, the former champion, into 5th. Up front, Tommy Beck in the stands, Transmissions Monte Carlo, leading Neal Brown in the 98. So far in 6 events, 5 different winners. Neal Brown is the only driver to repeat in car 98. Then Greg Hoover in the 91 car. Hoover's team already had to make a pit stop as their trailer cut a tire down on the way to the speedway this afternoon. Will Thomas in car number 9, the defending champion of the Mara Tour. He was the leading feature winner. in the series in 2006. He started back in the pack, has worked his way to fourth, and has Gary Wiltrout right behind him in the 95 car. Wiltrout's Ford Fusion, usually beautifully painted and with new body panels tonight, the former track champion, holding down fifth spot as two cars now gaining on Hoover's 91 machine. Working lap number 7 of 10, Beck with a huge lead, Brown by himself in second, and a thrilling battle for third. Greg Hoover in the 91 making his second Motordrome start, feeling the pressure of Thomas. Defending series champion Will Thomas now in third position with Gary Wiltrout in fifth, and he's looking to make a pass of Hoover. 2 laps remaining this time. Door to door, Wiltrout to the outside and takes position away from Hoover's 91 car. Former track champion Gary Wiltrout up to fourth. Last week's winner Will Thomas in third. Neal Brown in second, and checking out on this field, it's Tommy Beck in car number 60. In recent weeks' feature competition, Beck has a first, a second, and a third in that order. And headed for the checkered flag, the driver of car number 60, winning his first heat race of 2007. It's Tommy Beck over Neal Brown, Will Thomas, Gary Wiltrout, and Greg Hoover. In his first Motordrome start, George Scora 65, Barry Oddie 75, and no start that time, no start. Track points leader in the Motordrome Championship chase. This time, Nurmi and Barnt lead him to the green, and we're racing 10 more laps. Penn West Toyota Lift 100 heat racing action, and Nurmi taking the early lead 2 by 2 all the way back through the field. George Scora in 65 storms to the bottom of the 55 of Matt Barnt. Stacking up 2 wide in the battle for fourth, it's John Komarinsky in 33 and Barry Oddie in 75. Oddie making his first start of the season here at Motordrome. Still door to door with the veteran. Up front, a challenge for the lead. George Scora in the 65. Looking to the inside of Scott Nurmi. Door to door in turn 3. Scora completes the pass. Nurmi falling into the runner-up position as we begin to work lap number 2 of 10. Best battle on the speedway is for fifth. John Komarinsky in 33 and Bobby Henry in the 11 nearly make contact. Both drivers back off. Todd Price in the 15 benefits from that miscue. Price moving his Ford out of the Mann's Family Racing Stable up to the 5th position now. Big lead for George Scora in the 65 car, a top-notch racer at Lake Erie Speedway and the Holland Speedway. New Yorker Scott Nurmi in the 2nd spot, holding off Matt Barnt in the 55 car. Here comes Barry Oddie in the 75. Last season, Oddie led several laps in the Mara Tour visit to Motordrome Speedway. He's using the outside lane to take 3rd position away from first-time Motordrome racer Matt Barnt. Barry Oddie in 75, the man on the move up to 3rd position behind Scott Nurmi. Barry Oddie has several wins at Motordrome Speedway in his long career. He has also won at the Clearfield Speedway and is a former Jennerstown champion, knocking on the door of the 20 of Scott Nurmi. Out front, George Scora has half a straightaway lead this time, working lap number 6 of 10. Bobby Henry in the 11 has made a nice move through the field, finding himself in 5th and challenging Barnt as Oddie challenges Nurmi. Side by side, 2 by 2 into turn 3. Barry Oddie takes 3rd. Bobby Henry takes 4th and is challenging for 3rd just as quickly. Nurmi, officially by a fender, scored in the 3rd position on lap 7, but Bobby Henry completes the pass out of turn number 2. Running order now, George Scora with a big lead in car 65. Barry Oddie in 2nd. Bobby Henry in 3rd, both drivers coming from deep in the field. Contact out of 4, Scott Nurmi in the 20, and the 55 of Matt Barnt came together in turn 4. Both drivers made an excellent save as we're working lap number 8 of 10. Todd Price in the 6th spot, passing John Komarinsky for that position. White flag in the air for leader George Scora, and a challenge out of turn 4 for 4th position. Nurmi, who led several laps in car number 20, feeling the pressure of first-time Motordrome starter. Matt Barnt as the 55 car using the inside lane. Out of turn number 4, taking the checkered flag, it will be George Scora with the heat race win. Barry Oddie in 2nd, Bobby Henry 3rd. Matt Barnt holds on for 4th over Scott Nurmi. Ron Burkholder in 33 and Todd Hoddick in 49 take the green flag. Francis and Martell, row number 2. And Francis spins in front of track champion Rick Miller. Sean Pila with nowhere to go in the 5 car rolls to a stop, and we'll need a caution flag in heat race number 3. McKeesport's Mark Catone in 31, Jake Francis in 33. Green flag is out. 10 more laps for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. Hoddick in car number 49, putting the Ford out in front. Kyle Martell gets crossed up on the back straight and spins the 59 car. Caution flag again without a lap completed, this time for Kyle Martell. But it's Burkholder in 33 and Hoddick in 49 that lead him back to the green flag. 10-lap heat race underway. Sean Pila dives under Jimmy Weller III, nearly trading paint. Now it's Rick Miller in car 21, the Dunbar Dominator, who is now to the inside of the 49 of Hoddick, and here comes Pila making contact. 2 drivers that have both won heat races here in the past at Motordrome collide in turn 4. Jimmy Weller starts from 3rd, Mark Catone now from 4th, Jake Francis 5th, Kyle Martell 6th, and Todd Hoddick the tail of the field as we try to complete 1 lap in this 10-lap heat race for the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Rick Miller jumps out to the lead in car 21, the Brooks Automotive Group Pontiac. Burkholder into 2nd. Here comes Jimmy Weller III making contact with Mark Catone in turn 4. Catone, the 2-time track champion is Mark Catone. Leader Rick Miller, a 3-time champion. Burkholder separates those 2 Motordrome veterans. Then Jimmy Weller III in the 4th position. Kyle Martell battling up from the tail in car 59. Rick Miller, the Motordrome Speedway track champion in 2003, 2004, and 2005. With the Roberto Clemente Jr. Foundation number 21 leading Ron Burkholder in 33. Burkholder makes his first Motordrome Speedway start, and he's got a lead of 6 or 7 car lengths over Mark Catone from McKeesport. Catone, many times a feature winner here with 2 track championships. Then Jimmy Weller III, the former dirt track sprint car ace, riding in 4th position on the speedway. Just behind them, a battle between Todd Hoddick in the 49 and Kyle Martell in 59. Martell to the outside, both drivers involved in caution flag incidents before the official start of this event. Going door to door out of turn 4, Hoddick by 1 car length will maintain the 5th position over Martell as we work lap number 5 of 10. Big lead for Rick Miller now, the Dunbar Dominator in car 21. 2nd is Burkholder, 3rd, Catone the veteran, and 4th, Jimmy Weller III. Todd Hoddick mounts a challenge now. Weller hanging on to 4th spot only by a bumper at the scoring line, and Todd Hoddick completes the pass. Weller slams the door on Kyle Martell now, as Martell used the bottom of the speedway to try to slip through the same hole made by Todd Hoddick. Weller now back into the 5th position. Working lap number 7 of 10, Rick Miller's lead almost half a straightaway over Burkholder. Burkholder continues to pull away from Mark Catone, and Todd Hoddick like a man on a mission, passing cars to return to the front where he took the green flag. Hoddick's 49 car tucked up under Mark Catone now, as a battle of Ford Tauruses in turns 1 and 2 on lap 8. Catone with a slight miscue has to back off. Hoddick right in his tracks lifts from the gas also. Hoddick now will look to the outside in turns 3 and 4 as the white flag waves for Rick Miller. Best battle is for 3rd. Hoddick creeping to the outside on lap number 9, may be completing the pass in turn number 2 as he does pull ahead of Catone. In turn number 3, the 3-time Motordrome champion in his 2nd start of 2007 here in Smithton, the Dunbar Dominator, Rick Miller takes the checkered flag over Burkholder, Hoddick, Catone, Weller, and Martell. And the 16 is Eugene Ciferno in his first race of 2007. Green flag in the air, 10 more laps for the Mara Championship Tour Late Models. The 4, of Chris Ross out in front. Dave Merrow trying to complete a pass of John Messenger. He will, and here comes Glenn Galt Jr. diving to the inside. Galt, a former ASA Northern Tour feature winner, sliding into the third spot. Messenger in car 51 is fourth, but feeling the pressure of Gregory Kelly in 44. Best battle is for fourth. Gregory Kelly on the outside from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, the sophomore late model driver, taking position away from veteran John Messenger. Battle for second intensifies, working lap number 2 in turn 2. Glenn Galt completes the pass of Dave Merrow. Galt Jr. into the runner-up spot now with his Ford Fusion closing in on Chris Ross. First-time Motordrome starter, light contact there in turn 4 as Ross maintains the lead over Galt Jr. Galt making his third appearance at Motordrome of 2007 in the runner-up spot. Chris Ross in car 4, leading the first 3 laps of this event. Then Dave Merrow and Gregory Kelly to the outside of Dave Merrow now. This will be the second outside lane pass made by Kelly if he can pull it off. As a challenge for the lead mounts Glenn Galt Jr. Second by only a bumper as we work lap number 5. Now Galt 1 lane too high on the speedway, and Ross continues out in front. No official lead change yet. Gregory Kelly officially into third and quickly going to make it a 3-car fight for top positions. Dave Merrow hangs on in fourth. Ross continues to lead, working lap number 6 of 10. Serious challenge for the lead in turn 3. Glenn Galt Jr. to the outside. The Ohio driver versus the New Yorker, and we have a new leader by a fender. On lap number 7 of 10, Glenn Galt Jr. carries the Snow King aluminum roof systems 32 to the front. Now Gregory Kelly in the 44 challenging Ross for second position. Excellent run for the young driver from Connellsville, Pennsylvania. Kelly looking to the inside while Galt runs away with this one at 2 laps to go, the signal. Ross in the high side, Kelly on the low side after making a couple of high groove passes, and Gregory Kelly taking over second spot with the inside lane in turn 3. Here comes Dave Merrow making contact in turn number 3. White flag in the air, Steve Black riding right there with this group in 5th. Gregory Kelly into second, Dave Merrow into third, and Steve Black making contact with early race leader Ross down the back straight. Headed into turn number 4 for his first heat race win of the season at Motordrome. Glenn Galt Jr. takes the checkered flag. Kelly in second, Merrow third. Steve Black by inches up to 4th over early race leader Chris Ross. Max Schlesinger in the 66, Andrew Kostelnik in 57, 74 Jason Holder, 69 Joe Nicola, 94 Dustin Blank, 31 is last week's winner Sean Phillips, 35 Will Ashton, 48 is Mike Bacalon, and 50, Tony Manganello as the green flag waves. Bill Henry, the early race leader, the veteran in car 64. Henry last week unofficially took the lead, spun in front of the field, and came back to finish in the top 5. Henry in car 64 being nearly pushed across the line by the driver we call the Hammer, Dave Tavermina from Wilmerding in car number 25. In third, the Subway Challenge driver Adam Kostelnik jumps on the brakes, and we see some tire smoke. That car was badly damaged in last week's feature, but he is the Subway Challenge driver of the night. Andrew Kostelnik's 57 car smoking as well, as Bill Henry holds the lead with the Hammer Tavermina right on his back bumper, now challenging for a top spot. Andrew Kostelnik in 57 won his heat race last week, then had mechanical trouble. 69 of Joe Nicola was a leader last week as well. Working lap number 3 of 20. And Bill Henry in car 64 out in front, Tavermina challenging in second, Andrew Kostelnik, the younger of the Kostelnik brothers in 57, Joe Nicola's Ford Thunderbird in 69 is 4th. Door to door on the back straight, the battle for second, Andrew Kostelnik And a challenge for the lead. That's Joe Nicola to the inside of Kostelnik. Tavermina gets into the leader. Henry 3 wide on the front straight. Tavermina shoving the 64 car in turn number 4. Tavermina with 1 win already this season in the low groove of the Speedway. Veteran Bill Henry in the outside lane in car 64. And Henry literally shoved out of the point position as the Hammer's coming through with Joe Nicola in second. By just a little more than a fender, Joe Nicola is officially the runner-up on lap 6. Bill Henry in the 64 sliding back into 3rd spot and feeling the pressure of Andrew Kostelnik in 57. Andrew Kostelnik now just in front of his brother Adam in the 05 as Adam dirt tracks the car in turn 4 while Andrew takes over 3rd spot. Bill Henry, the early race leader, will pull into line in 4th position. And here comes another challenge for the lead. Joe Nicola in 69 from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Dives to the inside. Nicola, a 4-time feature winner last year, has yet to take a checkered flag in 07. Working lap number 8 of 20, and there's multi-car contact in the battle for 2nd spot. Nicola running away with the lead now over Andrew Kostelnik in 57, the Hammer Tavermina in 25, and then Henry in 64. Action just beginning to settle down as we near the halfway point, working lap 9 of 20. Joe Nicola from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, the Ford Thunderbird out in front. Then a trio of Chevy Monte Carlos, Andrew Kostelnik in 57, Dave Tavermina in 25, Bill Henry in 64. Bad news for you Subway Meatball sub fans. Adam Kostelnik dropping back in the field. Last week's feature winner, Sean Phillips of Jefferson, PA, in car 31, climbing up to the 5th position, sending Subway Challenge driver Adam Kostelnik off the scoreboard as we're working lap 11 of 20. Sean Phillips in car 31 after that big win last week, riding 4th on the Speedway, 2nd in the championship points chase to Adam Kostelnik's 05 car. Joe Nicola way out in front. He is 4th in the championship chase. Last week, the 20-lap Subway Street Stock feature was the wildest event in recent memory, and Joe Nicola now leading this field. Andrew Kostelnik in 2nd, Dave Tavermina 3rd, Bill Henry in 4th, Sean Phillips in 5th, and Jason Holder challenging in car 74 to take away 6th spot from Adam Kostelnik. Adam Kostelnik driving double duty here in both the modifieds and the street stocks, leading the points chase in both divisions, but falling back in tonight's Subway Street Stock feature as Holder in turn 4 takes away the 6th position. Holder in the championship chase is only about 21 points behind leader Kostelnik and has taken a spot away on the racetrack. Leader Joe Nicola in the 69 with a comfortable margin over Andrew Kostelnik, and look at the battle for 2nd now. The Hammer Tavermina sliding the car through turns 4 with just 5 laps to go, hoping to pass the younger of the Kostelnik brothers for the 2nd position. Joe Nicola in 2007 so far has won 2 preliminary heat races, and after being one of the division's leading feature winners last season, has been shut out of victory lane so far in car 69 2007. Andrew Kostelnik, a winner at 2 different speedways already this season, here at Motordrome and at Jennerstown, riding 2nd with just 3 laps to go over Tavermina, Bill Henry, and then Sean Phillips in 5th. Heated action back in the pack. The 66 is Max Schlesinger headed into turn 3. And then out of retirement in his first start in car 48, it's former modified champion Mike Bacalon. Bacalon driving the former 77 car of Rich Burbage, and he's diving to the inside of Schlesinger. There's also Dustin Blank in the 94, Tony Manganello there in the 35 of Ashton, as the white flag waves for the leader. Final time around, the Ford Thunderbird, number 69, from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, a driver who was a leading feature winner in 2006, ending a 2007 victory drought with his car number 69 out of turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Nicola, the feature winner, over Andrew Kostelnik, Dave Tavermina, Bill Henry, and Sean Phillips, the top 5. Joe, for our first interview of the night, as one of the few Fords in the Subway street stock field, tell us first of all why you're loyal to the Ford products over the GM.
Well, I was born into it. I was basically forced to love Fords, and I love them. I think if I didn't like Fords, they'd probably kick me out of the family.
Well, you have a family of racers with, I think, 3 of your relatives about to start this modified feature. Tell us where you fit in the relation to those other drivers.
George in 97 is my cousin. His dad's my Uncle George, works on that car. And then my uncles, Jim and Rich.
Now, early this season, as strong as you were in 06, this car didn't quite have what it takes the first 2 to 3 weeks of racing. What have you done to make it so fast these last 2 weeks as you took the lead briefly a week ago?
Well, it was a new motor. It just took a little bit of tuning on it. We found a problem. It was in the carburetor. I want to thank my Uncle Rich. I'm borrowing his carburetor now. We fought that for a couple of weeks. Finally, we put a new carburetor on and it come to life.
Well, how about a chance to thank the crew and sponsors that made it come to life for this first win?
Yeah, I want to thank my Uncle George, my cousin George, my dad, my girlfriend Jess. She's not here today. She's at the beach. And my mom, Melissa, everyone. I just say thanks. And I'd like to thank Glassport Diner for sponsoring me this year.
There he is, your first feature winner, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Nicola. 34 is driven by Rich Nicola. And the 47 is Dave McManus. Green flag is out, 20 laps for the Lincoln Welders Modified. Adam Kostelnik in car 60 taking to the early lead. And we got trouble as Harry Ofer had to back off the throttle, nearly collected the 3 of Chris Brink. Now Ofer is wheel to wheel with the 6 of Tom Frank battling for 4th. Leader Adam Kostelnik, a 3-time feature winner and the division points leader in 2007. Riding in the 2nd spot, the 5 of Jim Nicola, then Bo Glemba and Tom Frank in the 6. Challenge for 2nd position on the back straight, the 99 of Bo Glemba. Glemba in car 99, unable to take the runner-up spot from Nicola's 5. Jim Nicola, the green and white car, which is numbered 5 only on the left side, has been having great improvement in 2007 after an off year last season. Bo Glemba's car 99 able to pull up to the rear bumper each lap through turn 2 and then fades back as they head down the back straight. Tom Frank in car 6 seeking a career first victory this season. Adam Kostelnik with a huge lead now, working lap 5 of 20. Into turn number 1, Bo Glemba, the 99, may have his best chance at the 2nd position. And again, Nicola pulls away with the runner-up spot. Behind Glemba and Tom Frank, it is the 01 of Harry Ofer, last week's 2nd place finisher. Then the 58 of Lonnie Hoffman and George Nicola in 97 working his way up after starting deep in this field, most recent feature winner. Adam Kostelnik in car 60, driving for the longtime Western Pennsylvania familiar Viglione Racing Team number 60, as they have won 3 consecutive modified track championships here. And about a half a straightaway behind him, this battle for second position just intensified as Bo Glemba nearly pulled up to the door of the 5 of Jim Nicola. Challenge being made for 5th spot in turn 4, the 3 of Chris Brink moving to the outside where he likes to ride around the Motordrome Speedway, taking position away from Harry Ofer, and we got a big problem on the front straight. Backwards, it's the 34 of Rich Nicola, the 04 of recent first-time winner Bobby Shipp, and the 7 of Ben Easler, who stopped to avoid contact. I didn't see the incident happen here on the front straight. Champion Nicola, a 2-time champion, as the green flag waves once again. 10 laps to go. Kostelnik again with a big lead in the Luzader Auto Service 60. Then Jim Nicola, Bo Glemba, Tom Frank, and here comes Chris Brink in the 3, looking to the outside of last week's winner Nicola. Chris Brink has figured out the outside lane at Motordrome, loses a couple car lengths that time, but makes most of his passes in the high lane with car 3 as a modified rookie. Closing in again on George Nicola is the Glenn Campbell Gambler in car 3. Using the bumper tag method to battle for top 5 spots, Bo Glemba in 99 made light contact with Jim Nicola, and Tom Frank in the 6 fending off the challenges of George Nicola. Adam Kostelnik's lead back to about half a straightaway. Then Nicola, Glemba, and Tom Frank. Frank seeking a career first win in the modified division after go-kart championships in the Buckeye State. Now George Nicola in the 97. Saw the pressure he got from Chris Brink in the outside lane, and he tries the top side. Nicola goes wheel to wheel with Tom Frank. 3 wide with Chris Brink way up on top. Problem on the back straight into turn number 3, hard wall contact. Believe that's the 40 car of Brian Shipp, hard into the wall down the back straight, and he slid all the way into turn number 3. Car number 40, Brian Shipp, the younger brother of recent first-time winner Bobby Shipp. Both of those drivers, the Shipp brothers, graduating from the Charger division into the modified ranks. Green flag back out, a great start for Adam Kostelnik up front. Five laps to go, and the leader had his way with the field on that start. Adam Kostelnik jumped on the loud pedal before all of his competitors. Nicola in second, Glemba third, Nicola in fourth, and he was ready to strike before that caution flag came out. Here comes Glemba looking to the inside for second spot. Bo Glemba in the 99 makes his most serious challenge to this point for the runner-up spot headed into turn 3. George Nicola makes a light error and allows Tom Frank to close in just a bit, along with the 3 of Chris Brink, who's passing Frank on the outside. Nerf bar contact on the front straight. Scary moments for the open wheel modifieds. Brink challenges to the high side for 5th. Meanwhile, Glemba has the entire car to the inside of Nicola, fighting for 2nd, and they make contact. Everybody continues on. Nicola falling back to 3rd now. More contact as Glemba completes the pass. Now George Nicola in 97, diving beneath his uncle Jim for third position. Tom Frank in the 6th, right there with this 4-car battle as well. Leader Adam Kostelnik has checked out on this one, leading the championship standings and taking the white flag. Still more action, though, behind him. George Nicola in the 97 car started deep in this field, challenging for second on the final lap with Bo Glemba's 99 car. Adam Kostelnik will win for the 4th time in 2007. Bo Glemba hangs on to second over George Nicola, Jim Nicola, and Tom Frank. Well, Adam, you had a tough luck in the street stock feature a week ago. Started near the front and drifted back just a little. I was explaining to the fans your double duty quest, and tonight another step closer to being the first man to win 2 track championships in a single season.
Yeah, right now we're struggling with the street stock. We just blew the setup 2 weeks in a row, and we'll get it back. But like I said, it's just nice to start out front, and this is the first time I started up front all year, and it's nice just to coast and hit your marks and count laps and get a win real easy.
Some friends here tonight of the Viglione racing team I know in the grandstands, and this team dates back to the old Heidelberg days. Tell us how your relationship began with the Viglione team in number 60 Modified.
Yeah, we Bob Bench Jr. drove the car, and we tested a crate motor in his brother's car, and I was driving the one, and we kept switching back, and he retired, and Buzzy gave me the opportunity to drive it, and it's been a good marriage since.
What year was that?
I don't know, 2004 I think was the first year, and so far we won 3 championships. We're going for our 4th one.
And now a chance to thank the sponsors and crew that put this ride on cruise control for all 20 laps.
Yeah, I got to thank Harry Lazader, Buzzy, and Donna Viglione. They own the car. Joe Viglione, George, Chris Lazader. Got to thank the sponsors, Bowling Machine, Lazader Auto Service, TCI Circlematic. Like I said, if it wasn't for this is just a good team, and like I said, it's a lot of work trying to do double duty, and we'll get them both back to victory lane. But most of all, I want to thank the fans and Motordrome for having us.
The winner of tonight's Lincoln Welders Open Wheel Modified Feature Event in Car 60, Adam Kostelnik. In 8 laps of entry-level competition in the 4-cylinder American Flyers, green flag is out. Three wide in the back of the pack there briefly as Dan Jordan jumps out to an early lead with that Buick. Oh, we're 3 wide, 4 wide, into the wall on the back straight. Getting the worst of it, it's the 51 of Ludwig, the 95 of Dukic, and the 8 of Paul Miller. Miller in the 8 drives away. Dukic drives away. Ludwig continues on, and green flag stays out. No caution flag, completing lap number 1. A great job by all those drivers to continue on. Miller heads pit side with that Chevy Beretta. Manufacturer's battle, you've got a Buick in the hands of the defending champion out in front. Dodge Shadow in second, and another problem in turn 3. Ed Deneen spins the 16. That's Washabah in the 86 going around. 2 laps are now completed. Still under green flag conditions as the leaders approach the stopped car of Ed Deneen will need a caution flag. 2 of 8 laps completed. Green flag back out. Dan Jordan, your leader in 32, then Andy Giles. Here comes Jay Matthews making an outside pass of Spadasine's 43, and he clears the 05 of Giles. Last week's winner, Jay Matthews, passes 2 cars in a single lap. The West Side Lube and Tire 77 car in second, and maybe quickly closing on the leader, Dan Jordan. Jordan's Buick that went to a title last year, sponsored by Carry All Products and You Pull It Auto Parts, leading on lap 3 of 8. Andy Giles in the 05 falling back from the lead duo now, and Ed Deneen drifts way up the racetrack in car 16. Lead battle, they're ready to trade paint coming out of turn 4. Jay Matthews to the inside of Jordan. Rubbin is racing, and they're trading their stickers all the way down the front straight. 4 of 8 laps completed. Matthews may have completed the pass now out of turn 2 and onto the back straight. Jordan falls back to second. Matthews started deep in this field by virtue of last week's feature win. Matthews has the back end of the car breaking loose. That's tough to do in a front-wheel drive car in turn 4. Former champion Ed Deneen heads to the pits. Damage as a result of that caution flag incident. Matthews still leading Jordan. Giles by himself in 3rd. Cody Kwarek in the 9 car. 4th as a rookie. And then Spadacine, the front row starter, back in the 5th spot, working lap 6 of 8. Just a reminder, race fans, to purchase your ticket for the Smithton Volunteer Fire Company 50-50 raffle. We'll draw that winning number after the next 15-lap feature as the white flag waves for Jay Matthews. Dan Jordan in 2nd, Andy Giles in 3rd, Cody Kwarek in 4th. Spadacine holding off fellow rookies Washabaugh and Dukic for the 5th spot on the final lap, and into turn number 4 for the 2nd week in a row, taking a checkered flag for the MAG Racing Team, Jay Matthews. Jay Matthews, you're one of those lucky guys, just like Adam Kostelnik, who just went to Victory Lane, that has a car owner. You don't have to pay the bills for this ride, so you can burn the heck out of those tires after you win. It doesn't come out of your pocket.
Oh yeah, Westside Loop and Tire take care of that for us, and Mag Racing, they're the greatest. We've had a lot of luck this year. Tri-State Floor, NOAC, Kansas City Saloon, all them guys made it possible, and we're doing our best to win.
That shows you what a veteran winner he is. He names the sponsors right up front. Hey, you said last week you're not going to contend for the championship, racing a partial season. What's going to happen to this car after you're not behind the wheel?
We're not sure. It's still up in the air. Maybe we could get you to run it.
No, you don't want me to drive a race car. Maybe one of those fans would be more suited for it than I would. Hey, let's talk about this team and how it came together. Your boss, Matt Gardner, is just about to come out for his 15-lap feature. Whose idea was it to have this 4- or 5-car race team?
His idea. He's always looking for bigger and better things. I told him it'd be a great idea. We have a lot of fun. I don't know if it helps anyone or hurts anyone, but we've got a team, you know.
A team that is winning is Jay Matthews in Victory Lane for the 2nd straight week in the American Flyers division. Last week's winner, Jimmy Stokes in the 95. 15 laps for the Yellow Book Chargers. Honorary starter from Penn West Toyota Lift, waving the green flag to get us underway. Thanks to our honorary starters from Penn West Toyota Lift, this race is underway and the heated action is 3 wide on the back straight. Matt Gardner, the points leader in 7, is the meat of a sandwich between Christoffel's 04 and Lemley's 4, and he continues 3 wide under the 44 of Garchak Jr., while the Keller family lead him up front. Christoffel's 04 drops way back in the field, and the battle for 3rd is a heated one. Ed Neidhart in the 68 from Renfrew, the sophomore driver, and Aaron Minjock, the former American Flyer ace in 34, making contact, opening the inside lane for Mike Lemley in the 4. Lemley with a win this season and about 15 career wins in the division. He's now up to 4th. Just as I said, Lemley was up to 4th. You better call it 5th. Aaron Minjock battled back at the scoring line in car 34. Minjock using the outside lane to his advantage. Now powering to the top side of Neidhart's 68 car. And Minjock with newfound life in the outside lane from 5th back up to 3rd. Working lap 5 of 15. The Keller family. Tracy Keller in car 1, the defending division champion, and Victor Keller in the 11. A family fight at the front with Aaron Minjock's 34 in 3rd, Mike Lemley in 4th, and a great battle for the 5th spot. Points leader Matt Gardner in the 7, and Ed Neidhart in 68. Working lap number 6 of 15. The Keller family battle gets more intense. At some points around the track, less than a car length separate the cousins. Contact on the front straight. Jeff Giles Jr. spins the 50 car to the inside. Giles Jr. was battling with Robbie Hott for a top 10 position. Green flag waves, 15 laps the distance. Tracy Keller the leader. This time, Tracy Keller opens up a 3 or 4 car length advantage over Victor Keller. Aaron Minjock in 3rd was the man on the move early in this feature event. Now Mike Lemley in the 4 seems just as fast, with points leader Matt Gardner in the 7 riding 5th. Aaron Minjock in 34 and Mike Lemley in the 4, starting to challenge Victor Keller, who's held on to the 2nd position since the wave of the green flag. We have 6 laps to go, and we may see a 4 or 5 car battle for the win, as other drivers finally closing the gap on the Keller family up front with 5 laps to go. Minjock in 3rd in 34, Mike Lemley in the 4, and Matt Gardner door to door fighting for the 4th spot. Victor Keller in the 11, just about to feel more pressure from Aaron Minjock on the high side. Look at this action on the back straight. Mike Lemley and Aaron Minjock nearly making contact. All 3 of those cars fighting for 2nd with Victor Keller. And Matt Gardner joins in to make 5 cars under a blanket with 2 laps to go. Unbelievable action on the back straight. Top 5 positions are all up for grabs, and here comes the lead challenge. 3 wide nearly as we got a caution flag. Jeff Giles Jr. in the 50 car on the back straightaway was unable to limp to the pit area, and that brings to a halt outstanding Charger racing action. Locations in Jeanette, Harrison City, Mount Pleasant Main Street, Summit Ridge Plaza, and Walmart and Murraysville as we get the green flag back out. Only 2 laps to go, and Minjock finds himself suddenly in 2nd position. Mike Lemley in the 4 from Dawson, Pennsylvania, was right there challenging for the 2nd and 3rd spot prior to the caution flag, but single file racing now as the white flag waves for Tracy Keller. Here comes Minjock battling on the outside. 2 drivers seeking a first win of 07. Drivers in the top 3 winless so far this season, including the cars door-to-door in turn 3 on the final lap. Tracy Keller on the inside, Aaron Minjock on the outside, both cars drifting high. Minjock dirt tracks it out of 4. Win goes to Tracy Keller. Well, Tracy Keller, part of that feature was real nice and easy, that being the early part. And in the late race, that caution flag, did it help you? Did it hurt you? Because you had a last lap challenge there. What went through your mind at that caution flag with 2 to go?
Well, it gave my tires time to cool down because they were getting kind of hot and kind of getting greasy, but not enough time for them to cool down. I was sideways coming out of turn 4. I didn't think I was going to make it.
You were sideways. Aaron Minjock in second was sideways. Is that the fun way to win it when you got cars surrounding you on every corner?
It's fun, but it's nervous too. You're side by side, and I didn't think I could get back in the gas quick enough to pull them down the straightaway, but apparently it worked out.
Last year, you were one of the dominant cars. This season, not quite up to that championship pace. What's different in this car tonight that brought it to victory lane?
A ton of work by Mike Limley and his dad Mike, my brother Vic. We've just been throwing different setups at it week in and week out, and I think we finally found one that works.
Found one that works indeed. A chance to thank the sponsors real quick.
BK Electric, Bob Cuzzel, You Pull It, Ankrum Signs and Vinyl Graphics, Howie Bayless Photos, Arielic Machining, and my buddy Wally with the drilling equipment.
There he is, your defending champion with win number 1 of 2007, Tracy Keller. Starting field for the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Sanctioned by the Mid-Atlantic Asphalt Racing Alliance, working our way from the rear of the field to the front. Starting last in his first Motordrome start of 2007, the former Indy Racing League Rookie Orientation Instructor from Ruffsdale, Pennsylvania, driving car number 16, welcome Eugene Ciferno. Starting next to last tonight with 3 heat race victories already this season at the Motordrome Speedway. The driver from Connellsville, Pennsylvania at the wheel of car number 5, Sean Pila. Next up, Rookie of the Year candidate, defending modified champion at the Latrobe Speedway on dirt. Driver of car number 20, hails from Youngwood, Pennsylvania. This is Ricky Megley. Up next, driving car number 84, making a second career start at Motordrome Speedway in the Mara Series. From Salzburg, Pennsylvania, this is Andrew Wiley. Up next, driving car number 137. The veteran from Sweet Valley, Pennsylvania, making his first start at the Motordrome Speedway. Welcome, Jim Lamoreaux. Next up, driving car number 133, the young driver from Leroy, Ohio. A round of applause for Jacob Francis. Next up in car number 15, the super late model rookie. Driving the 51 Motorsports Man's Family entry from Alum Bank, Pennsylvania. Say hello to Todd Price. Up next, driving car number 18. The driver from Harbor Creek, Pennsylvania, driving the Direct Buy machine. Veteran from Harbor Creek is Bill Catania. Up next, the driver we call Mr. Consistency from Clarksburg, West Virginia. Say hello to John Messenger in car 51. Up next, in only a handful of Motordrome Speedway starts, one of the top winners at the Jennerstown Speedway. All the way from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, driving car number 59, Kyle Martell. Up next, the 21-year veteran who was the feature winner on opening night 2007. Driving car number 33 from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, John Komarinsky. Making his second start at the Motordrome Speedway, a top-notch racer at the Holland Speedway, driving car number 99 from South Wales, New York, this is T.J. Johnson. Up next with a stellar heat race performance, leading most of his preliminary event tonight. All the way from Malta, New York, the driver of car number 4S is Chris Ross. Up next, a former dirt track sprint car and modified competitor, a second-generation racer from Hubbard, Ohio, driving car number 23, Jimmy Weller III. Up next, making his fourth start of the season at Motordrome Speedway, another regular at the Holland Speedway in New York, the driver of car number 120 from Lakeview, New York, is Scott Nermy. Up next, driving car number 91. A driver whose pit crew had a challenge just getting to the speedway this evening. A veteran of asphalt competition from Wattsburg, Pennsylvania. Car number 91 is driven by Greg Hoover. Up next, the driver who finished in the top 15 of the Mara Series standings last season and the top 10 here at Motordrome. Driving the Penn West Toyota Lift, Massey Toyota Camry from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, in car number 1, Steve Black. Up next, a two-time Motordrome Speedway champion. No stranger to the fans here in Smithton, driving car number 31, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Catone. Next up, a regular competitor at the Jennerstown Speedway, making his first career Motordrome Speedway start all the way from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, driving car number 55, Matt Barnt. Up next, the 2002 Motordrome Speedway champion. Brand new bodywork tonight in the Palagrudo Racing, car number 95 from Somerset, Pennsylvania, Gary Wiltrout. And now the top 12 drivers, based on heat race performances, will draw frisbees from the front straight to determine the top 6 rows in the starting order for tonight's Penn West Toyota Lift 100. First up, drawing is Tommy Beck from Murraysville. And the draw is 5th place for car number 60. Tommy Beck will start from position number 5 in the Benz Racing 60. Up next in car number 65 from Eden, New York, George Scora. And George Scora's number 65 car will start outside row number 1. Now drawing a frisbee, the Dunbar Dominator, 3-time Motordrome Speedway track champion and driving car number 21. Rick Miller will start from 11th position. Up next, the son of a former NASCAR Northeast Region champion and Motordrome champion. From Hubbard, Ohio, in car 32, Glenn Galt Jr. Glenn Galt Jr. draws the pole position, number 1 for car number 32. Up next, the only 2-time winner this season. No other driver has repeated in victory lane other than Acme, Pennsylvania's Neal Brown in car 98. And Neal Brown will start from position number 8, outside of row 4. Next to draw, the former Jennerstown Speedway champion with several victories here at Motordrome and Clearfield Speedway and Jennerstown Speedway. Hailing from Jenners, Pennsylvania, the driver of car 75, Barry Audi. Barry Audi will start from position number 10, outside row 5. Up next, driver very impressive with a second-place heat finish in his first appearance at Motordrome, Ron Burkholder. And Burkholder in car number 33. Ninth position for Burkholder. Position number 9 for the Chardon, Ohio driver. Next to draw, Gregory Kelly from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, the former Truck Series champion, pulls the number 6 outside row 3 for Greg Kelly of Connellsville in car number 44. Next to draw, last week's feature winner and defending Mara Series champion from Sharpsville, Pennsylvania, in car number 9, Will Thomas, who will start from position number 3. Inside row 2 will be car number 9, Will Thomas. Next to draw will be current late model points leader at Motordrome Speedway from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, in car 11, Bobby Henry. Henry draws the number 4 starting position. Will Thomas in 9, Bobby Henry in 11 will make up row number 2. Next up, Todd Hoddick, the driver of car 49 from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, draws pill number 7. Todd Hoddick in the 49 car will go from the 7th starting position. And that leaves former Truck Division champion Dave Marrow in car 69 with position number 12. Gentlemen, for the most famous words in all of racing, Penn West Toyota lifts Janice Bush.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
George Scora in second. Will Thomas and Bobby Henry, both recent winners here at Motordrome, in row 2, and there's the green flag. Hard crash with John Komarinsky into the outside wall. Todd Price gets collected. Eugene Ciferno spins to avoid him, and we're under caution. No start, no lap completed. Komarinsky's number 33 car sustaining heavy damage. Eugene Ciferno's number 16 car in its first start of the season, spinning to avoid contact and may not have any damage at all. Toyota Camry pace car heading pit side. Glenn Galt Jr., George Scora on row 1. Green flag is out. A terrific start, too wide all the way back through the field. And we got a problem at the end of turn number 2 onto the back straight. Steve Black collected by a spin of rookie Ricky Megley in the 20. Glenn Galt Jr., Will Thomas, the inside lane, the outside lane, George Scora and Bobby Henry. Here's the green flag. Galt with the early lead. Scora into second spot. Thomas and Henry still side by side for third spot. Raging battle for third. 2 drivers with 1 victory each at Motordrome Speedway this season. Battling for third, it's Bobby Henry outside, Will Thomas inside. The 60 of Tommy Beck watching that fight for position here on lap 2. Henry advancing into third now. Beck now door to door on the inside of Thomas. Drivers 3rd, 4th, and 5th, Henry, Beck, and Thomas, all winners this season. Leader Galt Jr. in second spot, Scora, never have won at Motordrome Speedway. Quickly, Bobby Henry is up to the rear bumper of George Scora in the second spot, and down the back straight takes the inside line away. A quick pass for the runner-up position, and Bobby Henry has the lint flooring number 11 into runner-up spot. Working lap number 4. Glenn Galt Jr., the early leader. Bobby Henry up to second. George Scora in third. Tommy Beck in fourth. Will Thomas back to 5th after starting in row 2. Then it's Gregory Kelly, Todd Hoddick, Barry Audi, and Rick Miller. On lap 5, John Komarinsky returns to action, and the battle for third heats up. Tommy Beck takes a position away from George Scora. The New York driver falling back into 4th position after starting outside row number 1. Tommy Beck in the 60, advancing to 3rd. Galt Jr., Henry, Beck, Scora, and Thomas, the top 5, working lap number 7. Single file at the front of the field, working lap number 8 of 100. Challenge developing for 4th position. New York's George Scora on the outside in car 65, and most recent Motordrome winner, Will Thomas in car 9, diving to the inside. Thomas takes the position away. The Colonial Metal Products 9 of Thomas, sending front row starter Scora back into the 5th spot. Scora now has Gregory Kelly of Connellsville in car 44. Right on his rear bumper, close enough to make contact. It's then Todd Hoddick in the 49 and Barry Audi in 75. 4 cars racing very close together on lap 10, battling for positions 5, 6, 7, and 8. Scora on the high side of the speedway, a top-notch racer at Lake Erie Speedway. And the 44 of Kelly, the former truck division champion here at Motordrome, taking that spot away as a sophomore late model driver. Here comes Todd Hoddick. Hoddick in car number 49. Had a great showing here last season in the Mara event. Barry Audi, the next to challenge Scora to the inside. Audi, the former Jennerstown champion. Scora battling back. Battle for 7th is intense. George Scora on the outside, Barry Audi on the inside, and Rick Miller joining that fight. The 3-time champion in car 21 on lap 13 makes it a 3-car battle, and some contact made there. Here comes Gary Wiltrout in the 95 car. Meanwhile, up front into turn number 1, Bobby Henry has reeled in the leader on lap 14. Glenn Galt Jr. has had his way with this field since the wave of the green flag after drawing the pole position start. And now the young Hubbard, Ohio 2nd generation star has Bobby Henry's lint flooring Ford right on his back bumper. Henry, the driver for Paula Grudo Motorsports, former winner of the Napa Auto Parts 100 here at Motordrome, driving a Neal Brown backup car, in second and ready to challenge as the leaders approach lap traffic. Henry to the inside, first serious challenge for the lead, and on lap 16, Galt still officially listed as the leader. The Andrew Wiley number 84 car will be the first back marker that the leaders approach entering turn 3. Galt clears Wiley to the high side. Henry tucks in behind. Still in 3rd, distantly, it's Tommy Beck. A distant 4th, it is Will Thomas. On the back straight, Bobby Henry again very close to Glenn Galt Jr. Ricky Megley, the rookie in car 20, now being approached, and Henry dives to the inside, taking a chance that they can go 3 wide on the front straight, and Henry cannot get the opportunity to mount a pass on Glenn Galt Jr. The Snow King aluminum roof systems, 32 of Galt, and we got a spin in turns 3 and 4, 2 cars in the grass. The 55 car of Matt Barnt from Bethlehem, PA. And the driver of car number 4. George Scora 9th. Gary Wiltrout in 10th. Green flag resumes lap 21 of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Galt moves the car up a lane to fend off the restart challenge of Bobby Henry, and that opens the inside lane to Tommy Beck. Beck in car 60, reuniting with car owner Bob Bentz as they were together in 2004 and have scored a win already in 2007. Beck challenging Henry for 2nd spot. Will Thomas watching from 4th. Galt Jr. continues to lead. Galt with an ASA Northern Tour victory last season in his first ever visit to Lorain County Speedway in the Cleveland suburbs. Galt has won several features at the Lake Erie Speedway, still looking for his first Motordrome Speedway checkered flag. Working lap number 24. And looking at the 6th position, Rick Miller, the 3-time track champion, has already passed Todd Hoddick in 49 and pulls very close to the rear bumper of Gregory Kelly in 44. We got a problem on the front straight. Steve Black spins to the inside retaining wall just in front of the starter stand, bringing out a caution on lap 25. The open competition engine, Glenn Galt Jr. The crate engine Ford, the Snow King Roof Systems machine, resumes green flag racing action as the leader on lap 28. Look at Tommy Beck storming to the inside of Henry. Beck in the Benz Motorsports car number 60. Took only a brief practice session early this afternoon. They parked the car and said, it's perfect. And now he is showing the muscle, taking the second spot away from Henry. Gregory Kelly with a surprising pass in car 44. The sophomore super late model driver has passed the defending Mara Tour champion Will Thomas for 4th. Problems on the front straight. Gary Wiltrout hard into the wall. George Scora lost it out of turn 4 and made contact with the right rear corner of Wiltrout's machine. George Scora hard into the inside wall, and Gary Wiltrout, the former track champion, hard into the outside wall. Entry as Glenn Galt Jr. and Tommy Beck lead him back to the green flag. Oh, big mess on the front straight. Eugene Ciferno. Unbelievable pile up here on the front straight. Sean Pila backing away, and I believe Neal Brown in the 98 made just very light contact, but a scary impact at the end of the front straightaway. The 15 of Todd Price, the 4S of Chris Ross, 16 is Eugene Ciferno, 84 Andrew Wiley, 91 of Greg Hoover, and a severe impact taken by the 23 of Jimmy Weller III from Ohio. Steve Black in the Toyota number 1 heavily involved. Scott Nurmi of New York in the 20, and Barry Audi in 75. Matt Barnt backing away in car 55 as this will bring out the red flag. Unbelievable pileup here on a lap 32 restart. Miller in 6th, Todd Hoddick in 7th. Back up to full speed. Gregory Kelly in the 44 making contact with the 9 of Will Thomas into turn number 1 and battling for 4th. Side by side on the back straight, Todd Hoddick's 49 car taking away a position from the 69 of Dave Marrow. And up front, the lead battle heats up. Tommy Beck looked to the inside of Glenn Galt Jr., but Galt maintains a car length or 2 advantage down the back straight. Will Thomas in the 9 made contact with the 44 of Kelly at the wave of the green flag. They are still door to door out of turn 4. Working lap number 37 now. And Thomas and Kelly putting on a show for the fans. Kelly grabbed the 4th position away from Thomas in a surprising pass about 10 or 15 laps ago, and Thomas battling back to the inside now. They traded some paint on the restart, and here 6 laps later, still door to door. The wheel-to-wheel fight for 4th has allowed a 3-car breakaway to build up a quarter of a straightaway advantage over the rest of the field, working lap 39. Best action is still the battle for 4th, with Thomas and Kelly needing to go 3 wide around the slower car of Todd Price. Thomas in the 9, now ahead by a fender and reclaiming the 4th position, and completes the pass, working lap 40. We got a car upside down in turn number 4. A hard crash, red flag is out. Upside down in turns 3 and 4. 33 of Burkholder is involved in the incident. Nurmi in the 20 drives away from the incident. The 20 of Ricky Megley backing away from that incident. We can't get a number on the upside down car just yet. Jim Lamoreaux, the car upside down in turn number 4. Jim Lamoreaux, the veteran from Sweet Valley, Pennsylvania, used to compete at the Clearfield Speedway on a part-time basis. Lamoreaux is the inverted racing machine with Burkholder's 33 and Megley's 20 pulling away from the incident in turn 4. Megley heads pit side with the 20 machine. Always scary when you're looking at the chassis of a late model. Toyota Camry pace car pulls to the infield. Bobby Henry tucked right up under leader Glenn Galt Jr. for the restart. Lap 43 and we're up to full speed again. Bobby Henry had fallen back to the 3rd position behind Tommy Beck, but now Henry is just inches off the rear bumper of Glenn Galt Jr. Working lap number 44, Galt Jr. with 2 car lengths advantage over Henry, then about 6 car lengths back to Will Thomas, the defending series champion, then Gregory Kelly having the race of a lifetime in car 44. Kelly, the sophomore super late model driver, has never won a feature event, and the teammates, the Sean Pila 5, I should say, spinning. Lap 45, Sean Pila in car 5 going around and bringing out the caution flag. Galt Jr. leading Bobby Henry, Will Thomas, Gregory Kelly, and Rick Miller back to the green flag. This time, Henry not able to keep pace with Galt. On our last restart, Henry was right at the rear bumper of the 32. He falls back on the front straight, but makes up ground in turn 2. Henry just a car length and a half behind the leader. Will Thomas in 3rd. He fell back during those last green flag laps, was unable to keep pace with Henry and Galt. Crossed flags from Chief Starter Denny Carson indicate halfway through the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Glenn Galt has led all the way from the pole position. Bobby Henry, the 4th place starter, riding in 2nd. Will Thomas in 3rd, then Kelly Miller. Todd Hoddick in the 6th position. Battle for 7th, it's Neal Brown in the 98 challenging Dave Merrow in 69. Acme, Pennsylvania's Neal Brown dropping to the inside on lap number 51 and taking away the 7th position from the former truck division champion. Brown, the only repeat winner of the season in car 98, battling back from the rear of the field after a recent pit stop. Then it's Mark Catone in car number 31 running 9th. Lap number 53, the leaders have cleared the back marker, number 15 of Todd Price, and Bobby Henry still within striking distance, about 2 car lengths behind Glenn Galt Jr. Working lap number 54, Henry and Galt Jr. again pulling away from Will Thomas. Thomas all by himself in 3rd. Gregory Kelly all by himself in 4th, with Rick Miller in 5th, gaining very slowly on the 44 car. Working lap number 56, Bobby Henry in second place in car 11, sees open racetrack in front of him, and before lapped traffic is reached, he may need to make his move of Glenn Galt Jr. if he can. Top 7, 8 cars equidistant around the speedway on lap 57. Black flag given to the 15 of Todd Price, moving too slowly around the speedway as the leaders approach him again. Leader Glenn Galt Jr. has never won at the Motordrome Speedway. He is one of the leading feature winners in the history of Lake Erie Speedway. He has an ASA Northern Division victory at Lorain County Speedway and followed the Mara Tour last season. Hoping for his first Motordrome win to be this year's opening round of Mara competition here in the Penn West Toyota Lift 100, he will have to fend off the 2004 winner of the Napa Auto Parts 100, Bobby Henry. Henry makes a serious challenge for the lead on lap 60 in turn number 2. And Will Thomas in car 9 continues to fall back from the lead duo in third spot. Gregory Kelly slowly catching Thomas, and Rick Miller quickly catching Kelly. Leader Glenn Galt Jr. seeing lap traffic now just in front of he and Bobby Henry. Moving to the outside of the Ricky Megley 20, which has slowed, headed to the pit area. Working lap number 63, the Snow King aluminum roofs, Galt Heating 32 out in front of the Stone and Company, Megan Ford Lint Flooring number 11. Greg Hoover in car 91, now the lapped car in front of the leaders, and Henry tightened up the interval just a bit there on lap 63. Beginning to work lap 66, Galt, Henry, Thomas all by himself, and then a battle developing for third, fourth, and fifth positions. Kelly in the 44 car with such an impressive run over Rick Miller, and Todd Hoddick in the 49 car. 3 Pennsylvania drivers tightening up that race in fourth, fifth, and sixth. In turn number 1, a battle for the fourth position. Rick Miller takes a peek inside of Kelly's 44 car. And in turn 4, the biggest lead challenge of the race is mounted by Bobby Henry. Down the front straight, Glenn Galt's lead. Only a fender as we're working lap number 69. Henry to the inside as the 2 wide racing will allow Will Thomas to close the gap just a bit. Side by side for the lead, Rick Miller has taken away the 4th spot from Kelly, and Henry may be out in front officially at the scoring line by less than a car length. New leader on lap 70 is Bobby Henry in car 11. Galt hanging tough on the high side of the speedway. The youngster and the veteran battling for the win in the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Henry, the most veteran late model competitor, along with Rick Miller in this field tonight. And Galt Jr., the son of a former Bobby Henry rival, Glenn Galt Sr. Lap car Scott Nurmi just in front of the leaders as Will Thomas in third has tightened up his interval to the lead battle. Henry continues to lead the Pila Grudo Racing number 11. Now Galt changes to the low lane and tucks in behind on lap 72. The two leaders with about a 4-car length advantage over third place racing Will Thomas. Bobby Henry's last victory in a 100-lap event came in the unsanctioned Napa Auto Parts 100 in 2004. And Greg Kelly spins out of the top 5 in turns 1 and 2. The 44 car with a tremendous run coming to an end in turns 1 and 2. What a heartbreak for the driver of car 44, Gregory Kelly, running the race of a lifetime here inside the top 5 with veterans of Touring Series competition. And the 44 car goes around without contact in turns 1 and 2. Glenn Galt Jr., Will Thomas, Rick Miller, Todd Hoddick, Neal Brown, the top 6 as the green flag waves with 25 laps to go. Bobby Henry in the 11 opening up a 2-car length advantage, and again Will Thomas unable to keep pace with the lead duo. The 9 car slipping back by 6, 7, maybe 8 car lengths or more from the leaders. Working lap number 77, Bobby Henry leading Glenn Galt Jr., Will Thomas, Rick Miller, Todd Hoddick in the 49, and a fast closing Neal Brown in car 98 looking to advance into the top 5. Brown, a teammate to Sean Pila's number 5 car, has closed the gap, passing a couple machines in recent green flag action, and working lap number 78 appears to be reeling in the back bumper of the 49 of Todd Hoddick from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Top 5 cars equidistant on the speedway with Bobby Henry still leading the way. Beginning to work lap number 82 of the Penwest Toyota Lift 100. Glenn Galt Jr. in second, Will Thomas in third, and gaining some of the ground that he lost on the restart. Rick Miller in the 21 is fourth, Todd Hoddick in 49 is fifth, and Neal Brown, after quickly gaining on the top 5, now unable to mount a challenge to get around Hoddick's 49 machine. Best battle on the speedway is just directly behind them for 7th spot. Tommy Beck in the 60 car has battled back to challenge Dave Merrow in the 69. Beck's flat tire pit stop retired him from the runner-up spot and really allowed Bobby Henry to take the lead, as Henry was third at the time. Working lap 84, and Beck slides the car into turn 1, allows Merrow to maintain the 7th position. Lap number 86, and Bobby Henry has dramatically increased his lead over Glenn Galt. At the scoring line this time, leader Bobby Henry will have 10 laps to go for another 100-lap victory at Motordrome Speedway, this time in the Mara-sanctioned Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Henry clears the back marker of Bill Catania. Galt follows suit, then Thomas, Miller, Hoddick, and Brown. Then a tremendous space on the racetrack back to Dave Merrow in the 69, who just fought off the advances of Tommy Beck in the 60 car. Noah, meanwhile, advances around Mark Catone's 31 here on lap 91. Bobby Henry's lead is increasing over Glenn Galt Jr. At the scoring line, Henry begins working lap number 93. With 6 heat race victories on the season, Bobby Henry went undefeated in preliminary action until tonight, but battles back in the feature event, looking to contend for this checkered flag with now just 6 laps to go. Glenn Galt in car 32 in the 2nd spot, Will Thomas 3rd, Rick Miller 4th, and Todd Hoddick 5th. Approaching the starter stand this time, veteran Bobby Henry will see an open palm of chief starter Denny Carson, signaling 5 laps to go. Racing team with a 2-car effort each Friday night here at Motordrome Speedway, yet to be the victors of a 100-lap event, although both of their drivers have won with different teams. Henry in 2004, winner of the Napa Auto Parts 100, driving for the Alborn Racing team. Gary Wiltrout in 2005, winning the Napa Auto Parts 100 for Benz Motorsports. And now Bobby Henry, just 3 laps from victory, with Paula Grudo racing in the 11 car. After falling back at one point to the 3rd position, he made his move of Glenn Galt Jr. as the two raced door-to-door for several laps, and Henry wrestled the lead away to see the signal of 2 laps to go. Motordrome Speedway for the 2nd consecutive year, kicking off the Mid-Atlantic Asphalt Racing Alliance Tour schedule. And with the white flag in the air, Bobby Henry, with more than 100 career victories, about to score his first win in the Mara Championship Series. With 1 win already in 2007 at the Motordrome Speedway, the points standings leader in the quest for a first track championship will take the checkered flag in the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Driving the Paula Grudo Racing, Lint Flooring, Stone & Company, Megan Ford, getting the win over Glenn Galt Jr., Will Thomas, Rick Miller, and Todd Hoddick. Well, Bobby Henry, you took the lead from a driver whose father you used to race door-to-door with here at the Motordrome Speedway. Tell us about that lead fight and staying wheel-to-wheel with Glenn Galt Jr. for so many laps trying to take the lead.
Well, first off, I'm going to say this is for my mother. She's not real well. When I left her hospital bed, I told her I was going to win it for her tonight. And as far as Glenn Galt goes, he was running a little dirty there at the start, and I passed him clean. That's what I wanted to do, but if it got down to it, I don't know. I probably would have had to move him because he was pretty wide there at the start, man.
Let's talk about this racing team. You've won 100-lap features here at Motordrome before, but the very first time for Paula Grudo Motorsports to park in victory lane after a 100-lapper. Tell us about your relationship with this team.
Well, 3 years ago, Richard and Joan asked me to drive because I was without a ride, and I repeatedly say I can't appreciate it anymore, and I'd be sitting on the sidelines if it wasn't for them. And Neal Brown asked me to run his car in the Napa 100 a couple years ago, and we won that. I think it's the 3rd 100. I won one up at Jennerstown back in '96 or something like that, Laurel Highlands event. But can't get any better than this. winning for those people. They're first-class people, and we got first-class sponsors. Lent Flooring and Stone and Company, Megan Ford, Bob Mongell Car Care, Quality Support, Stan's Transmissions, K&R Commercial Tires, Daily Courier, Fox's Pizza, Megan Ford. Did I forget Megan Ford? I surely didn't do that, did I?
I don't think you did. You've done this enough times. In fact, how many times have you been in victory lane now? I know you're over 100 career victories.
Yeah, this is 112. 112.
Win number 112 comes in the 2007 running of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100, Bobby Henry from Connellsville.